How are we doing? All right. So, welcome to our online audience. Thank you for being with us today. And somebody's phone's talking to themselves. Okay. So, welcome to our Sunday service on February 22nd, 2026. So, our opening prayer. So, join me in our opening prayer. Divine Spirit, we thank you for bringing us together as a community. As we gather in gratitude, we open our hearts to the presence and the guidance. We ask that each person here finds healing, insight, and a deeper sense of connection for themselves, for each other, and with the divine. May this time help us to grow together, strengthen our bonds, and remember who we are and the amazing beings that we've come here to be. Guide us to share love, understanding, and support so that we may carry these blessings into our lives and into the world and beyond. Amen. All right. So, Reverend Lynn is going to be giving the message today on the last phase of our series, the last message of our series on love. So come on up, Lynn.
Yes, the last of love on this month, but also the last for the month and the last Sunday of the month. So there we are. I'm actually speaking on choosing unconditional love because it is a choice. So good morning, and good morning to everyone here. Thank you, Madge. It was a beautiful prayer. Thank you. Unconditional love, simply stated by the Dalai Lama, is absence of judgment. So I'm sure we all know that love is anything except simple, and especially unconditional love. It's not simple to do, but it is a choice. According to ancient Greek philosophy, there are three types of love: eros, which is a passionate and physical love; philia, which is friendship and connection between friends and brotherly love; and then there's agape, which is unconditional, selfless, and altruistic, often seen as spiritual and divine. I have a book, an angel book. I have a few angel books. But anyway, this one talks about 137 different types of love. And we humans are only really aware of 3, 4, maybe 5, something like that. And they didn't go into detail what those were. So now I'm going to have to go back and research because it kind of, I went through looking for it. They didn't mention it. So, but I'll find it. No, it's okay. Our heart is like a radio. It's receiving and sending out love, omnipresent frequency of love. We send it out and we receive it. When we open our hearts by tuning on our radio, so to speak, we are connecting to the Creator. And our Creator is beaming, always beaming out this beautiful divine love to us. All we need to do is open up and receive it. I know it's a little scary to open your heart sometimes to the unknown, but I think it's worth it. For us to be in harmony with love and actually be interwoven like fabric with love is a natural state for humans. Whether our love is for plants or animals, people, or maybe even we're just madly in love with beautiful music. Whatever it is a gift. An added extra touch of bliss we are so blessed to experience in our lives. So why then is it so challenging for so many to love, to be loved, and to stay in love? I believe there's a tendency to put conditions on love. I'll love you if, or I love you but, or maybe even I'll love you when. I don't know, have you ever experienced anything like that? I know I've heard it a few times. So maybe we are actually confusing love with relationships. Unconditional love is accepting all people as they are. No exceptions, no conditions, nothing. No acceptation, nothing but love. Just pure love. The same love that would come from a mother a mother's love is as this is. And it acts as a natural and enduring human ability that can foster such deep emotional security and limitless peace to all. And that's pretty powerful if you can do that. Unconditional love is not merely a feeling, but it is a daily practice of calling forth, actually inspiring and calling forth loving kindness. And it is doing it daily, even on the small things. Just bring that loving kindness in, and it becomes a habit. And it's also truly knowing that all humans are worthy of love. Relationships are often conditional and based on actions, commitment, and mutual agreements, organizing how two people can live and grow together and navigate life together. And these relationships can and do embrace love, and they can grow into unconditional love. It has actually been said that the best relationships are those where the love for the other person actually exceeds our need for them. Sounds pretty nice to me. And therefore, if you don't need them, there's no conditional actions to be covered. It's just love again. I have been asked a few times over the years, probably more than a few times, how are we supposed to love? How are we supposed to love people that are cruel and cause great harm to ourselves, to others, to people we love? Loving our so-called enemies has always been challenging for centuries. It's just something that we as humans are tasked with doing or being a part of. And loving our enemies has always been that way. But if we come from a place of unconditionally loving all humanity, we can begin by seeing our hopefully very few enemies as human. Such a basic thought, actually. But from there, we can hopefully see that all humans are entitled to respect at a very bare minimum. Choosing to think this way, and it is a choice, possibly opens the door to forgiveness. And of course, we all know forgiveness is for us. And we forgive, when we forgive, we are releasing that heavy burden that we carry on our hearts if we don't forgive. So forgiving is a choice also, and it's a good choice. We release the anger, the burden, the heaviness, and all of a sudden we're lighter. We're just lighter. We're light on our feet. It's a really good feeling. We can extend our love to these people without loving their actions or their behaviors. We can just love them because they're a person, and not love the harm that they play the part in your life. I'm joking up a little bit. This is a hard thing to do, and I get it. It's a big ask. It's a very big ask. And I believe it is what we are ultimately called to do as human beings at this time. It's very big. So metaphysically, of course, we want to see these people as already whole and perfect in spirit. And that's challenging too. It takes time, it takes commitment. But I have personally found, that if I do this a little bit every day on this little problem or this little person or this or that, then the big things come easier. They just come easier, and it becomes who we are. Little small steps of kindness, of love, of forgiveness. And sometimes I forget, or maybe I'm just a little ticked off and don't want to, whatever the reason. But I can always go back. I can always go back and in my mind or in my heart send love to that person and sorry I forgot or whatever. Or also picture them surrounded by healing light. Whatever is easiest for you. But you can go back when you have forgotten. So that's a good thing. How about when someone doesn't like us or we don't like someone else? It could be a coworker, a neighbor, or even a friend of a friend. We can act, but do not react to their presence in our lives. We can make the choice to be kind to that person. Just simple kindness. It goes so far. It just permeates. Or we can view this person with empathy and a spiritual connection to all that is. I'm sure we're not always liked by everyone all the time. And when we are required to spend time with this person, try to find something good. If we actually look for something good, we can find that in every person. And I do believe that. Sometimes it takes a little work, but we're capable of that too. My great aunt, Emma, not that she was a great person, but great aunt, great aunt, Aunt Emma refused in her entire life, from what I know, to say anything not nice or not kind to somebody. And she just was a stubborn old Swede, and she wasn't going to talk bad about people. That's the way it was. So when she couldn't find anything nice to say, she'd say, "I bet she makes good gravy." And that was, you must have good gravy with Swedish meatballs. Let me tell you, that's a big thing. And maybe if it worked for Aunt Emma, maybe it'll work for us too if we try that. We do not know ever what goes on in someone's life or what has happened to them or what they're dealing with on a regular basis. We don't know that most of the time. So wishing all people to be free from suffering and harm, being benevolent towards everyone is good for our souls, but it's also good for them. And I know, I'm not saying this is easy, but it does take practice and you have to correct yourself. It's like, oh, well, oh, good gravy, whatever you want to say, something. And the more we do it, and the more we practice, the easier it becomes. It just becomes a natural part of who we are, who our souls are. And I think that's where we need to go. That's my opinion. But unconditional love is divine love because it contains all the elements of divinity: nurturance, tolerance, appreciation, patience, non-judgment, and of course a healthy amount of joy and gratitude. We can ask ourselves frequently, how nurturing are we to ourselves and others? Ourselves can't. How accepting are we of people who think differently and have different values than we have? Do we appreciate our lives as well as the lives of others? Are we patient with young children just beginning to navigate the world? Or how do we treat older people? They're slowing down just a little bit, but they still have a lot of knowledge to share with us. I know I can do better at this from time to time, so I just keep trying to do better. We can all just try, and that's a good thing too. Having so many ways to love one another, embracing our differences, celebrating our unity, and being lovingly inclusive can enrich all of life. There is no limit to the ways that we can express love for one another. I have read that to be able to truly experience unconditional love, just for a minute, maybe 30 seconds, is to experience a love that is so celestial, so beautiful, that it heals and it blesses all who are able to feel that. I would like to be able to feel that love. And it's something for us to think about, to try to find it. In that angel book I told you about, one of the paragraphs I read said, there are 137, they're lecturing, but do you want to feel them or don't you want to feel them? So if you want to feel more types of love, then just say, you know what, I'm ready for a little more love, and try to find out what it is that you would like to feel. I've been reading another book. I read a lot. I love my books. I've been reading a book titled Mary's Messages of Hope. And I'd like to read a few lines to you from that book. It's a channeled message from Mother Mary. I could hold myself here. And she says, or she writes, it was channeled. So, my dear children, this is a time of love. It's time to love unconditionally, as best you can. Remember that Spirit, our Creator, gives only good, and that you are loved just as you are. Never forget that your very essence is divine love. And remember, always remember to unconditionally love yourself. For with the love we can give ourselves, then we overflow and we can give it to others. I'm ad-libbing there. I know she writes well by herself, but I had to throw that in. You are love. You are love. And so go forth and live it daily. This was published in 1995, and we're still trying to get to unconditional love. And I really believe that if we keep choosing love, choosing this over that, love over anger, love over hate, love over anything, just love, just beautiful love. I think if we keep choosing it, then that unconditional love will arrive. And I hope to see it in my time for everybody. Now, if you would like to join me in meditation, I'll get through it. I'll be there. And those of you at home too, if you would like to join in meditation, let's all take a nice breath in and let it out slowly and go, ah. Let's do that again. In through the nose, ah. Leave that. Breathe naturally now and put your hand on your heart if you would like to. Putting our hands on our heart actually draws the attention to that area of our body. Rest your eyes now and keep breathing slow and calm. Feel, reach inside and feel all the different types of love that you have. The love you have for your family, the love you have for your friends, for your pets, for the people in this room. So much love coming from your heart and from the hearts of everyone around us, surrounding us all with the warmth and the glow of love. So breathe that in and let it out again. Just breathe it in. Breathe in that love. Now we can feel it. So let's share this love. Share this love with everyone you know. Just say their names silently in your head, in your mind, and that love is going to go out to them. Just think about them. Send love to all. Mm. Mm. Now, let's send this love out just a little bit further out into the world, knowing that this love energy is circling our planet and going where it is most needed. So just sit for a minute, breathing softly, absorb all the love you are sending and all that is coming back to you. The more love you give, the more love you can receive. So breathe it in, breathe it out. When you're ready, just wiggle your fingers, take a breath, and very gently open your eyes. You're coming back. I'm missing the. Mhm. There, oh, there it is. No, I don't. Thank you, though. It's just that. Now, as Connie mentioned, it is our offering time. So, as we prepare our offerings to the home center, let's hold it in our hands and charge it up. Charge it up with the energy of alignment, generosity, and sacred intention. We know that we are a part of the greater circulation of good and that our gifts will multiply for the highest healing, growth, and service to us and our community. As the basket is coming around, please fill it. Fill it with your blessings and your love. And we thank you for your generosity and for your continuing support of our good works. So it is. While the basket's going around, I'd like to just compliment Connie on our new altar. It's for St. Patrick's Day in March. It's all green and it's very, very pretty. You did a beautiful job, Connie, as usual. And now I'd like to bring Madge up for a story and close this out. You got a story? I love your story. Oh, good. I love your stories.
Do have a story. In fact, I have one. I have two actually, because I prepared one, and then I heard a reel of another one, and I thought, oh, I got to share that one. So the story that I'm going to share today is called the frog theory. I don't know if any of you have heard that one yet or not. It's a story about these two frogs that fell down a well, and the well was just way too deep for them to hop out. And they tried and tried, and the other frogs gathered around the rim and looked down the well, and they said it's too high to jump. You can't jump that high. Just give up. Just give up. Surrender to the fate, because there's nothing we can do. There's nothing you can do. And they anyway, they kept trying and trying. Finally, one of the frogs he did what they said and just gave up and just died. The other frog didn't give up. He kept trying, and finally he just mustered all he had inside of him, and he just gave it his all. And he jumped and jumped, and he kept getting higher and higher, and pretty soon he actually made it to the rim and jumped out. And the other frogs that were outside of the well were just aghast, like, how in the world did you do that? What did you do? And the frog just hopped off. Well, they realized later that the frog was deaf. He didn't hear the negativity. He didn't hear give up. He didn't hear just surrender to your fate and die. He just looked up and he saw the frogs up there, and he thought they were encouraging him and rooting for him and telling him to keep trying. It's just a matter of perspective, and it's a matter of what we listen to. Sometimes it pays to be deaf. To just turn an ear, a blind ear, what they call it, or a deaf ear, turn a deaf ear to the negativity and don't take it in. Don't let it register in your consciousness. Keep believing in the positive and change their perspective around that. Isn't that a great story? Yeah. I think that one came on just so that I could share that one today. So in closing, I'll do the closing prayer, and afterwards we'll give the announcements. So our closing prayer, as we close our series of messages on different aspects of love, let us take a moment to reflect on our own experiences, how we have given and received love, how these insights can shape our lives. May each of us find ways to express this divine love in our words and actions, bringing kindness and compassion to those around us. Let us carry these messages into our daily lives and relationships, seeking opportunities to embody what we have learned. Let us commit to showing patience, understanding, and generosity in our relationships, inspired by the love we have explored together. And may the eternal love of the divine remain with us always, guiding us to grow and connect more deeply with ourselves, others, and the world. Amen. So thank you to our online audience for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time.